Lilo.
Who's next? Who's next? Who's next?
Hey Slay Gang, so today we're going to be doing some knotless braids. These are like, I would say like a small medium size, and as you can see I've already done maybe about 3 or 4 rows now. I wanted to wait till I got a little further up the head to kind of give you guys a tutorial. The materials that I used for this style was Style Factor's Edge Booster. I like the lock and twist grip because that one's the best one, even though I know it's for locks and twists. It actually is a really good braiding product, so if you haven't tried it, I definitely would try it. I prefer a metal tip comb. I love a metal tip comb. I know that girls use the one with like the parting teeth on it, but this is my favorite comb. Like, I will not do some braids if I do not have a metal tip comb. And usually what I like to do is just place a little edge control along the part, and as you can see me right now, that's what I'm trying to do. So I've already like took some of the edge booster, put it on my finger, and I just put it along the area that I want to break away because it'll give you a more clean part. So now I'm sectioning off the hair. And when you do a knotless braid, so you basically want to start off with like you're about to do a regular plait. And as you can see, I have my hair already sectioned off on the side. Use as much hair as you want for the style. And then I start to plait as if I'm going to plait. And then I'm going to feed this hair in like I'm doing a feed-in braid. So if you don't know how to feed hair in, just watch carefully. Okay, so just watch as I feed this other piece of hair in. So what you're going to do, there's different ways that you can feed, but I like to go over top. And I place that hair in between those 2 fingers. And once I braid once, I bring that hair over, braid down again, and then I tuck that hair where that thumb and pointer finger is, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of hard to explain. So I'm just taking one piece, putting it in between the index finger and the thumb. I'm going to braid down once, bring the hair over, braid down again, and then I'm tucking the hair in that last braid that I just did. And then I prefer to keep going until I have the thickness that I want. Once I get the thickness that I want, I braid down some. As you can see, I switched to underhand. I can braid a lot faster when I'm braiding underhand, but it's easier to feed in the hair when I'm braiding overhand. And as you can see, I'm just going to braid down. So right now, this is the consistency that I want. So the only hair thickness, I'm sorry, not consistency. This is the thickness that I want. So the only hair that I'm going to be adding in is really for length at this point. And you just want to make sure that your pieces are thin enough so that when you're adding them, that it's not becoming too bulky as you braid all the way down. And I'm just going to braid and braid and braid. And by the way, guys, I usually do blow dry my clients, but we prefer to do no heat. Her hair is very, very soft, so I figured I would need a little bit more friction if she wasn't blow dried. She is detangled very well. She's just not blow dried. But if you do have clients that don't like to be blow dried, because I do have a few clients that just like to they prefer no heat. So what you have them do is just detangle your hair, have them air dry it, or sit under a dryer on cool, just to kind of air dry the hair. And then as you're going along, you just want to make sure that you're combing out your sections before you start braiding. So I kind of already did that with her. Just for people who are wondering, like, oh my gosh, she's not blow dry. You do not absolutely have to be blow dry. To tame the ends, all I do is take a little bit of edge control and I just go down the braid as I'm braiding, just making sure it's some of my fingertips, so that as I'm braiding down, the hair is being like tucked in a sense. And I'm just going to keep braiding this braid until we're done at the end. Another tip, guys, when you're trying to do, so she actually is getting like extended braids. So somewhere in the middle or closer to the end, you just want to make sure that you're adding more hair so that you achieve the length that you want. Another trick too, when you're feeding in the hair, if you don't feed it at where the hair naturally bends and you taper it some, it also gives you some length. So if you just happen to get some hair that's not as long, don't be alarmed, because it's all in how you feed the hair in. So as you'll see, sometimes when I place the hair in, it'll look like I have a shorter end on one side. That's honestly on purpose. That's on purpose, guys. And that's really to give myself more length without having to use so much hair to avoid, not achieving the thickness that I need. But yeah, guys, so this is basically the concept of everything. And I'll make sure that I leave the hair and the edge booster in the in the description below, so you guys can check that out if you need to. And then most importantly, don't forget to like, comment if you like this video, share it if you love this video, and most importantly, subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you never miss a video. And I will see you guys soon.